Word on the street is you fancy yourself a little brainiac. You're one of those women who quits working the second she gets married, right? Do you plan on keeping your job or what?
I'm sorry. Who is this?
Excuse me? You mean to tell me you didn't even know the mother of your own fiancé? You were supposed to come to my house tomorrow to introduce yourself. You didn't forget about that, did you? There's no way Evan hasn't told you about that.
Oh, you're Evan's mom. I'm really sorry. I never got your number from Evan.
And you didn't think to ask him for it?
Well, no, I'm sorry. But yes, I do plan on coming to your house tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it.
Not enough to get my phone number ahead of time, though. I kept waiting and waiting for you to give me the courtesy of calling or texting before you came. And since you never did, I had to go out of my way to ask Evan for your number and call you myself. What's wrong with you? Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Ma'am, I'm terribly sorry that you're so upset by this. I guess I could have asked Evan for your phone number when I saw him the other day. I just assumed that since we'd be meeting in person soon enough anyway, it wouldn't be necessary. I never thought that could upset you so much. I'm sorry for any trouble I caused you.
You could have stopped at simply saying I never thought. Anyone with an elementary school level sense of etiquette knows you call someone first before you come to their house. Unbelievable. Evan told me you got good grades in college, so I thought maybe you could be worthy of taking a place in his family. But it looks like his confidence in you was misplaced. What kind of grades did you really get?
Well, if you must know, I was the valedictorian of my class and gave a speech at graduation. But anyway, to answer the question you led off with, no, I'm not planning to quit my job anytime soon. I like my work and fully intend to keep on doing it. So you have nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about? How could I not worry about our interaction today? So you got decent grades. Congratulations, you know how to study. But you know one thing that you can't learn in school? How to be a decent individual. What sort of future is waiting for my son 20, 30, or 50 years down the road? I'm concerned, to say the very least. Frankly, I wouldn't mind if you canceled our appointment tomorrow. How can I be sure you're not going to waste my very valuable time?
Well, ma'am, I can assure you that I'll be on my best behavior and not do anything that would waste your very valuable time.
Yes, you would say that, wouldn't you? Whatever. I'll allow you to come over tomorrow, but let me give you a word of warning. The very instant I get the feeling you're not worthy of my son, I will kick you out the front door myself, so be ready for that.
Right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. We're going to become a family soon, so I'd like to start our relationship off on the right foot. I promise you, I won't disappoint you. See you tomorrow.
Filth! Rubbish! How dare you dishonor my home with your presence! I'm going to have the entire place fumigated to wash out your putrid stench!
What's the meaning of this?
That's what I'd like to know. I told you very clearly, Erica, do not waste my time. You deceived me and my entire family. The time we spent preparing for your visit was all for nothing.
Deceived? What are you talking about? I've been completely honest about myself with Evan and you.
Liar! You never told me that you were raised in an orphanage.
I told Evan, though. He knew everything.
Then you must have threatened him into withholding that fact from me.
I did no such thing.
I will never allow someone as lowly as yourself to marry my son. If your parents hated you enough to abandon you, then there must be something wrong with you. I have such an inferior, subhuman wretch as my daughter-in-law? Not in a million years.
Is that really the excuse you're using for what you just did to me?
It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. Did I make myself clear? If so, then get off my property this very instant. You are never going to step foot anywhere near this house ever again. And of course, you are not to say another word to my son. You are dead to him.
How can you be so cruel to me? But if this is how you react to my personal circumstances, maybe it's better that we call the engagement off.
Of course, the engagement is off, you vile piece of human garbage. I would think that being raised in a home with all other unwanteds would make it clear to you that you are on the lowest rungs of societal hierarchy.
I told Evan about all this. I don't know why he didn't tell you. My parents did leave me at the orphanage, yes. I never met them, and I don't plan on going to look for them. I was there for about 3 years until I was adopted.
Oh, that part I heard. It's quite odd, don't you think? Being sent to college despite being adopted? Tell me, Erica, what did you have to do to get your adoptive father to shell out that much money for you?
Excuse me? What are you implying?
I'm implying nothing. I'm simply stating that for a single man to adopt a girl as his daughter is utterly horrifying. I'm appalled that that sort of thing is even allowed. He obviously had an ulterior motive in adopting you, and if he sent you to college, then you must have obliged him. You disgust me.
I never have, ever in my entire life, have anyone said such cruel things about me and my father.
Apparently, you needed more people brave enough to be honest with you like me. Maybe you are somewhat better off than the other unwanteds because you are adopted by your father. I'll bet with an ulterior motive. But that does not change the fact that you spent the most formative years of your life in a practical penal colony. You're not worthy of my son, and the biggest evidence of that is the fact that you think you are worthy.
You are without a doubt the single worst person I've ever met, bar none. You weren't satisfied with just insulting me. You pushed me down onto the floor, started punching me, and then when I pushed you off of me, you scratched at my face. You can't get around the fact that you were trying to seriously hurt me. Why would you do that? What did I do that merited such a violent reaction from you?
The fact that I have to even explain myself speaks volumes, and to think that you are bragging about being a valedictorian yesterday, as if that alone would make you worthy of being with my son. I had to show you how low your position in society is. People like you are only there for people like us to do with as we please.
This was all to teach me a lesson?
And yes, since you ran right out that door, I must have gotten through to you. That's a first good step for you.
I had no choice but to run away. You jumped on me like a rabid animal. It was a simple fight or flight response. I wasn't even thinking. Then as soon as your son so graciously helped me out the door, I tripped and fell on your front porch where you threw a bucket of water all over me. Bleeding, bruised, and soaking wet, there was nothing else for me to do but go home.
Which was exactly my goal. Now go scurry off to whatever rat hole you crawled out of. Press your face into your pillow and cry yourself to sleep. Never show your face around here again. I won't have a filthy little orphan like you destroying my family.
Gretchen, you will regret what you've done to me today.
I don't believe this. You think you're a safe distance for me to start spouting idle threats?
They're not idle, and they're not threats. I'm promising you that you will pay for this. Your husband will inform you of the details shortly, I believe.
What? My husband? He's not even here. He got called into work today and won't be home till later on this evening. Lucky him. He made it through the day without even having to set eyes on you. Don't worry, I'll tell him everything he needs to know about you.
I see. Fine then. This is the end for us. I will never speak to you, your son, or your husband ever again. I also won't be there to comfort you when consequences come calling. Goodbye, Gretchen.
Erica, please, hear me out. Please give me a chance to apologize. I'm so incredibly sorry for the reprehensible way I treated you today. I had no idea. Your adoptive father is Samuel Brinkman. He's the wealthiest man in the state.
And
his company's orders compromise 80% of my husband's company's annual revenue.
There it is. Anyway, we have already established that the relationship between us have been officially severed. I don't want to hear anything you have to say to me. I knew things were going to happen this way. I saw all this coming the moment I collected myself after escaping from your house. So you don't need to tell me how thoroughly screwed you are. I already know. It's all over for you. My father and his assistants will take care of everything from here on out. There's nothing that you could do to stop what's coming for you, so give it up. Goodbye.
Wait! Please! Can't we talk about this? I genuinely had no idea who you were. I mean, my son marrying the Harris to the Brigham fortune? That's like a dream come true. No, it's better than a dream. My family would prosper like no other family in the state's history.
So, it's all about money then?
Well, no, not all about money. I'm also thinking about my son. You must have had quite a difficult upbringing, being abandoned by your birth parents, spending time in an orphanage, and then being adopted, but all those experiences made you into a fine, strong, intelligent woman you are today. I'm fully confident that you would be a wonderful wife for my son. I wish the two of you years of happiness.
Don't make me say this again, Gretchen. This is goodbye. I'm walking away from you and not looking back. I don't want your pathetic son anymore.
He's not pathetic.
He's the most embarrassing mama's boy I've ever laid eyes on. Seriously, how could he take your side after what you did to me, even if you are his mother? I'm supposed to be the woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. I'm not even interested in any husband like him. Your family's an absolute train wreck.
Please, Erica, don't say that. Look, this is all my fault. I can admit that. I'm not so self-centered as to not know when I'm, in the wrong. I simply had no idea about your personal history. I heard you were adopted, but not that you were adopted by the Samuel Brigham. Had I known that, I would have never treated you so terribly. I hope you understand how regretful I am for what's happened.
Let's get something straight here. Today's events didn't happen. Every single step of the way was a deliberate choice by you to do terrible, cruel things to me. You jumped across a table at me and started punching me in the face. You even scratched me too and threw a bucket of cold water at me as if I was trying to escape. All your regret won't heal my wounds.
Your wounds were that serious?
Yeah. My face is still sore where you punched me, and these scratches on my cheeks aren't going to heal for at least a week or two. Plus, I had to drive all the way home in soaking wet clothes, and I'm feeling pretty sick right now. I might have caught a cold thanks to you. That's not even including the emotional damage done to me by being brutally assaulted by my own fiancé's mother.
I'm truly terribly sorry for all of that, but you know what they say? Time heals all wounds, and I've learned a lesson or two myself about my attitude. I assure you, I'm not too old to be reformed. So what do you say, Erica? Can we start over? Let's make this work out, become a family, and all get along happily ever after?
Wow. This is an incredible change in your tone from you, Gretchen. Tell me though, did you think adopting a slightly apologetic tone with me was going to make me forget the look on your face when you dived across the table to attack me? What kind of idiot do you take me for? I'm not that easy.
Well, what about a nice vacation? I'll put you up in a lovely hotel until all your inquiries have healed. There's an absolute fantastic day spa, and I know it's just ways to the north of here. I'll plan an entire week of relaxation and luxury for you, and of course, it'll be all expenses paid, my treat.
I'll pass. I have connections through my dad with some of the finest hotels in the country. I could stay basically wherever I want for free, whenever I wanted. Plus, my dad and I still go on vacation together once a year, and we just got back from a week in Hawaii last month, so I don't need your self-serving charity.
Ah, I see. I suppose that makes sense. A woman with a father as wealthy as yours must be able to stay at even more exclusive establishments than we are.
Now, if you don't mind, I would like to start getting cleaned up now. Don't waste any more of my very valuable time than you already have. Goodbye, and I mean it this time.
Erica, I'm so sorry about what happened earlier. I don't know what came over me. I just got scared, I guess. I mean, you saw my mom's face, didn't you? She's always been like that. Ever since I was a kid, she's been this terrifying sort of presence in the family. I could never stand up to her. So when she started attacking you, I got caught up in the moment and told you to leave too.
What is it with your family and the word happen? When you do something intentionally, that is not something that just happened. It's something you did. And what you did to me today was absolutely shameful. I'm disgusted with both of you and your mom. Really, I don't even know why I haven't blocked your number yet. I'm just done with you. I want to move on from this catastrophe as soon as possible. I don't need or want an apology from you, so you can just skip all of the groveling. It's not going to do you any good. I will never forgive you.
Come on, Erica, don't talk like that. After all we've been through?
All we've been through have been thoroughly overwritten by what I just went through. And by the way, why didn't you tell your mom about me?
You mean the whole orphanage thing? I didn't think it mattered all that much. I thought the most important thing was that we loved each other.
Is that what you call it? So when your mom started berating me and physically assaulting me, and you took her side, then pulled me up onto my feet, dragged me to the front door, and literally kicked me out of the house? And then, after your mom threw that bucket of water on me, you shouted, "And never come back." That was your way of showing me that you love me?
I told you, Erica, I wasn't thinking at the time. I was just acting on instinct.
That doesn't make it any better, Evan. That means your instinct is there to help your mom assault your fiancé.
But she was really, really mad. I knew for sure that unless I acted fast, then I was going to be the next person she set her sights on. So the best thing for me to do was to get you out of there as quickly as possible so I could start trying to calm her down.
Once again, that explanation does not improve my opinion of you. All you were thinking about was saving your own skin, and you weren't even thinking about protecting the life of your own fiancé. And thanks to your disgusting cowardice, I'm left with serious scars, both physical and emotional.
I'm really, really sorry, Erica. Honestly, I am. I should have told Mom about your whole history sooner. I realize that now. If I had done that, then maybe today wouldn't have gone the way it did.
Should-haves and maybes aren't going to do anything to heal the scars on my face or in my heart, Evan. I already told you, I don't want or need apologies or even excuses from you. Besides, everything is already set in motion. There's no stopping what's coming next. I told my dad everything, and he'll be making his first move soon. You, your dad, your mom, your entire family is going down. There's not a single company in the state that's going to do business with you anymore when we're through with you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Please, Erica. You've got to reconsider. You're going way too far. It was all a misunderstanding, and it wasn't even mine. It was my mom's fault. Me and my dad had absolutely nothing to do with what she did. You should have seen the look on my dad's face when he came home and heard about everything. He got on the phone with your dad right away and started furiously apologizing. He was as pale as a ghost. You can hold my mom responsible for her actions however you want. She'll deserve everything she gets from you. But please don't take her actions out on my dad and me.
Wow, no honor among thieves, I guess. I've never seen anyone so eager to abandon their own mother to the wolves. Yes, Evan, you were involved. You were practically acting as your mother's offensive linebacker. You betrayed me in the most cowardly way possible. How do you think this was going to end for you? Did you think I was going to forget about that and marry you like usual?
Well, I was kind of hoping you would.
And as for your dad's company, you are going to go on to inherit the company someday, aren't you? That means that if your dad keeps doing business as usual, then you and your mom are going to stay wealthy and happy for the rest of your lives.
But what about my dad? What did he do to you?
Collateral damage. He's got enough money to live on for the rest of his life. He'll be fine.
Why are you so determined to destroy us?
You heard what your mom said about my dad, didn't you? About how she thinks he had ulterior motives in adopting a female child and that I obliged him?
Yeah, I heard that.
There's your answer.
Look, I get it. You want to break up with me, and after today's events, I'm fine with that.
It doesn't matter if you're fine with it or not.
I know, but wouldn't my mom being taken out of the picture be enough for you?
What are you trying to say here? Be specific.
Let's say I had some information about my mom. Information that we can use against her. If I get my mom kicked out of the house and the family, would your dad be willing to keep doing business with my dad's company?
Oh my god. Earlier today, you were physically dragging me out of your house to avoid your mom's ire. Now you're trying to collude with me in destroying her?
Destroying her, Erica? My mom is the one who's been destroying me my entire life. Ever since I was young, I listened to every word she said, obeyed her every command. I thought she was right about everything. But as time went on, I started to realize that when I did what she told me to, it ended up benefiting her and hurting me.
Well, Evan, I'm glad today has been an opportunity to learn a very valuable lesson. Your mom is a menace. However, your epiphany came too late in the game. It's not gonna get me and my dad to show you guys any mercy.
Would you please just hear me out? I've got it all planned out, and I know exactly how it's going to go. If you listen to what I have in mind for her, I know you're gonna like it.
God, you're persistent.
Why would you do this to us? At this rate, you're going to crush my husband's company entirely.
Your husband's company? No, that's not quite right. I'm going to crush your entire family.
You're terrible, Erica. You actually filed a police report?
Well, you assaulted me, so yeah. I don't feel that requires justification.
What justification could you have for destroying my family over a little teasing? We'll never be able to recover from this. You even went to the local news? I just had to push through a swarm of reporters to get back inside my house after getting back from the supermarket.
They were very interested in the story. A local's industrial giant's wife viciously assaulting her son's fiancé. It's got everything. Romance, betrayal, violence, bloodshed, you name it.
You almost seem like you're enjoying our downfall.
Oh, I do? That's odd. I was trying to make it as obvious as possible that I am deeply enjoying your downfall. You insulted me for being raised in an orphanage, but that's not all. You have insulted my father, the man who took me in out of kindness of his heart and raised me like his own. Combine that with the several injuries I sustained from your assault, and what does that make? A very, very angry man. What you're going through now is the natural consequences of crossing a man as powerful and influential as my dad.
Please, Erica, isn't there any way we can make things right without resorting to such brutal tactics? I'll do anything you ask me. My husband is absolutely furious with me. He's even telling me he wants to get a divorce. You're the only chance I have to save my marriage, Erica. If I could just get you to stop your father's rampage, then everything will be all right again.
Your entire family is exactly the same. All you think about is yourself and your own interests. Why don't you just admit that to each other? You all already know deep down that your family is just a facade. It's just an act that you keep up in order to maintain your wealth and power. And to think you guys are all blood related. There's no blood in at all between me and my dad, but our bonds are far stronger than yours.
What else am I to do? If I get the divorce, there's no way I'll be able to make it on my own.
You should have considered that as a potential consequence before what you did. You thought you were in a position of power, like a queen sitting on a golden throne. But in reality, your throne was made of glass. And once you started throwing rocks, it didn't take long for it to shatter.
You're absolutely right. I was a fool to have you hurt you like that.
Huh? Oh, did you think I was talking about what you did to me? No, that's not it.
What? What do you mean? How?
I'm talking about the real reason you're getting divorced. Your husband found out about your affair.
How did you know?
Your idiot son told me everything. He came to me bragging about having a bunch of dirt on you that could get you kicked out of the family. He thought he had an ace in his cup up his sleeve that could save his and your husband's skin. I have to hand it to him. It wasn't a bad plan. In exchange for turning on you, arguably the most guilty party from yesterday, my anger would be appeased and I would allow his father's company to stay in business.
So it was him! That little snake! I was shocked when my husband came into the house screaming about my affair. There was no way he could have known about it. But it was Evan's doing.
What a sad, sorry family. If you weren't all the worst people in the world, then I might actually feel bad for you. But at this point, all I have for you is indifference. It's no business of mine what you do behind your husband's back. All I'm focused on right now is destroying every single lifeline that you have. You guys can all have a 3-way death match for all I care. Knock yourselves out, literally. Evan wants to stab you in the back? Not my business. You want to cheat on your husband? Not interested. Your husband wants to divorce you? Don't care in the slightest, so do me a favor and give your son a message for me. He's probably wondering why his plot to betray you and save himself failed. Tell him I'm not punishing him because of what you did. I'm punishing him for what he did.
Erica, please, I'm begging you, don't do this. We'll be ruined.
I know. That's the idea.
I'm out to destroy your lives. So don't ask me how to get yourselves out of this mess. It's your life. You figure it out. Your family had every advantage in the world. Money, wealth, power. Mom and dad both in the home. But despite all those advantages, your family is about to break apart. Meanwhile, my family is stronger than it's ever been without the benefit of a blood relationship. I guess I can admit, you were right about one thing. You thought I was going to destroy your family, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. I think this goes without saying, but my vendetta against their family was a smashing success. Gretchen's husband's company was once an industrial giant, and now it's declaring bankruptcy. Don't worry about their employees, though. One of my father's companies bought them out and rehired all their workers and gave them their old jobs back. Minus a few executives, of course. Gretchen, Evan, and her husband each went their separate ways after that. Evan's father was grateful to him for exposing Gretchen's affair, but Evan had revealed his willingness to turn his back on his own family. His father could never trust him again. So, what have I learned from all this? There's more to family than just blood. Evan's family had the benefit of a blood relationship, but that wasn't enough to save them from their dysfunctional relationships. Meanwhile, I was adopted by my father, but he cared for me more than himself. He was willing to put everything he had on the line in order to give me a brighter future. And that sort of self-sacrificial love is far more important than any genetic connection. The next goal in life is to find a proper husband for myself. This time, I'm going to be sure to find a man who not only respects me, but also respects my father. Without him, I would never have become the person who I am.
Hey, you are still there right now, aren't you? I'm starting to get pretty tired of having you around, if I can be perfectly honest. So what do you say? Would you mind just getting lost and never coming back for a while?
What kind of horrible way is that to speak to your mother? You really have got some nerve, do you know that, Rita? And this is my house, so I will stay here for as long as I like, thank you very much. How dare you even tell me to get lost? Who do you think you are?
Ha! You're saying that this is your house, as if it's some huge fancy deal, do you know that? But I think that you're forgetting something very important. This house doesn't belong to you. It's only Dad who lets you live here. And you know, you really should be so much more grateful to him for all that he does for us, but especially you. But instead, you just lounge around doing nothing all day. Honestly, I would be embarrassed to live that way that you do. Don't you realize how cringy you're being? I really do think that you should just disappear and never, ever come back.
Look, Rita, I understand that both you and your father do not like me very much. But I think that you two aren't taking into account all the work that I do to take care of this family. I really put in so much effort to be there for you guys. So I just wish that I could get a little more recognition around here for what it is that I do for all of us. In fact, to be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea where all of this hate even came from. I mean, I have no idea why you seem to have it out for me so badly.
You really don't get why I hate you? Then again, maybe someone like you just couldn't understand something like that. But when I grow up, I'm not going to be some useless housewife like you. I'm going to be a woman with my own career and who can take care of herself. But living under the same roof as you is just really not good for my motivation at all. I mean, how am I supposed to want to strive for my dream when the only other woman in the house is you?
You really don't have to say things like that, you know. Besides, I hope you know that I'm not just a housewife. I have a job that earns me money that I use to contribute to this family, and I don't think you're being fair by overlooking that.
You really want to call what you do work? You only do the work that a grandma could do. But either way, I don't want to end up like you at all. And what's more, I don't even think of you as my mother. You're nothing to me. You're just a burden on everyone here.
I don't know what happened to you, Rita. You used to be such a sweet and cute little girl. But as you got older, I just don't know what changed for you. And I certainly don't know where you learned to talk to me in the way that you do. But if I had to take a guess, it probably all comes from your father. And I can't blame you wanting to get close to him, even if it meant ganging up on me. At this point, I really don't know what can even be done about the situation at all. But still, it makes me sad to think about as your mother. I just want you to know that you're still my precious daughter, despite all of this.
Excuse me? Are you illiterate or something? Did you not read the messages that I was just sending you? I didn't want to have to read any of that. I just want you out of the house.
Well, I'm sorry, Rita, but I have no intention of going anywhere anytime soon. Do you understand me? In fact, I would be worried about school and your own life than being concerned about trying to get rid of your own mother. After all, graduation's coming up pretty soon, isn't it? Have you thought about what you're going to do next?
Of course I already know what I'm going to do next. Once I graduate high school, I am going to go to college. I've already made up my mind about where I want to go and everything, so it's just a matter of waiting now. Like I said, I'm not going to be like you and be satisfied just being able to stay at home like you do. I'm not going to become a burden on my future family. But I think the person that I feel the most sorry for out of us all is Dad. I just have no idea what he was thinking about marrying someone like you in the first place. I mean, you're basically completely useless, and all you do is exist to eat food and take up space. Why in the world did he ever want to be with you?
Okay, I have had just about enough of this, Rita. You need to stop sending these kinds of messages right now. After all, you should know that the whole reason you're able to live in this house and the whole reason you'll be able to attend college is thanks to me. I haven't said anything about this to you before, but your dad has been telling you nothing but lies. I think that we might have to have a family meeting soon.
The only person lying around here is you, Mom. Do you really think that you're going to set me against Dad that easily? We're not as stupid as you think we are. And we both know the truth. We both know that you're nothing but a little parasite who does the bare minimum around the house and then act like we should be kissing the ground that you walk on. So if you're really not going to leave the house and never ever come back, then the least you could do is learn how to take care of the house.
You really just have no intention at all of showing me any respect, do you?
After all that, Dad has told me about the real kind of person that you are. I don't see why I should have to respect you one bit. I just wish that you would leave already so that Dad could finally get the break that he so deserves. But once I find a good job, then Dad and I are really going to kick you out, and he'll be so proud of me.
You two really have no idea what is going on around here if you think that is how any of this is going to work. But now that you've said all of this, I really do think that we should have a family meeting before you graduate. I'll talk to your dad about setting one up and let you know the details soon. Alex, are you there? I think it's high time that we talk about what is going to happen to us. I mean, Rita is about to graduate from high school, so I think that it would be a good idea for all of us to sit down as a family and talk about where we all go from here and what the plan is.
What are you talking about? Why in the world would I want to waste my time having a conversation like that? What are you, some kind of idiot?
Excuse me? Did you really have to say that to me? And just what makes you think that any of that is idiotic?
If you can't figure it out, you're only proving my point, you know? But what I'm trying to say is, why should we waste our time talking to an old hag like you? I really can't believe that you think, after almost 18 years of marriage, that you can still think you can control me like this. I gave you all those years of my life, just like I promised.
When we got married, it was because we both wanted it, Alex. And I hope that you can appreciate how different the circumstances are from now compared to then. In fact, given all that has changed since we got married, I would have thought that you'd smarten up and show a little more gratitude towards me. But even if you don't want to do that, we still need to think about what we're going to do after Rita graduates.
What are you talking about? What more is there to talk about? Rita is going to college, and that's it, right? There, I just saved us a couple hours of some boring family meeting.
I really think that there is more to talk about than just that, Alex. But Rita tells me that you don't even want to face me.
That's right. But if I'm not there, then Rita probably won't believe a single word that you even have to say to her. In fact, I think out of the two of us, I'm the only one that she actually recognizes as a parent. I know that she doesn't really think of you as a mother at all.
Ugh, it's like no matter who I talk to, I end up talking to the same person. I really just don't know why I even bother to try with you two. But if you both are going to act like this towards me, then I have my own idea of what should happen.
Just what is this brilliant idea of yours, huh? Because something tells me that you already know there is nothing that you can do at all to make either of us do something that we don't want to do.
I mean, you two both seem to think that, yes, for the past 17 years, you have both treated me as if there is nothing I could ever do to stand up for myself. But do you have any idea of how that's been for me? To spend that many years of my life being treated so awfully by my own family? I only let you both get away with doing that out of a kind of love one can only have for their family. But now I've had enough out of the two of you. You need to start showing me a little more respect around here, or else you both are going to regret it. Do you understand me?
I really can't with you. You actually think that you're going to make us regret doing anything? That's too funny. I mean, what can you even do to us? You're nothing but a middle-aged nobody. You can't make us regret anything, even if you try. But don't worry, Rita and I both know that you're just scared of being abandoned by us. So you can complain all you want about the way we treat you. Because even after Rita does go to college, you'll still be here.
You really have no idea what's going on here at all, do you, Alex? Honestly, I wish you would just take a couple of minutes to think about this rationally. I am going to give you one last chance. Can we please just talk about our futures and what we want to do with our lives now that Rita is about to graduate?
You really must think you're special if you think you can talk to me like that. I don't care how many chances you've given me. I've already given you my answer. When are you gonna learn that you're nobody in this house? Nobody listens to you, and we're certainly not going to do what you say just because you're getting a bit super about it. In fact, you know what? You keep saying that you have your own ideas. But I have a few ideas myself, so what do you think about that?
And just what are some of these ideas of yours, Alex? Because somehow, I don't think that they're going to be good ones. In fact, I recommend that you think long and hard about what you're going to say next, because I will make you regret being more rude to me. Hey, are you going to respond to me? Are you even reading these texts?
That weird lady was bugging me again. Ugh. I wish that she would just leave me alone already. What is the matter with her?
Rita, what's the matter? What's got you upset? What are you talking about? What did she say to you?
She was acting as if it was all thanks to her that we were living in this house. She told me that you were lying to me about all that you told me about her. But I know that she's the liar. There's no way that my own dad would lie to me about the kind of person my mom is. I know that my mom is the bad guy here.
Did she really say all that about me? I am so sorry that you had to go through that. We really need to think about what we can do about her.
I know. It really just isn't fair for her to act that way at all. Especially when you work so hard for us all the time. All that horrible woman does is use us. I mean, even I put in money that I earned from my part-time job towards certain expenses for the house. But Mom doesn't do anything at all. She's just a heavyweight chained around our necks.
I really don't think that you should be getting that mad about her though, Rita. I also just want you to know what a huge help you've been to me. I mean, unlike your mother, you've actually been helping me keep things running around here. I just know that you're going to make an amazing adult when you grow up and enter the real world.
Aw, thank you so much for saying that, Dad. I just know that you're the only person who understands and the only person who I can talk to about this. And I also know that, as long as I live, I'll never ever be able to forgive that woman for what she's done to us. I am seriously starting to reach the limits of my patience with her.
I know what you mean. I just hate the influence that she had on you and I, with just her presence in this house. So I think it's high time that we try to do something about this mutual problem of ours.
You know, Dad, I actually have a couple of ideas about how we could deal with her.
Alex, are you home right now? I'm outside the front door, but my key doesn't seem like it's unlocking the door. Wait a second, what's going on here? Is the lock broken or something? Why can't I get in the house? If something happened or you changed something, then you should have told me earlier. You are at home right now, right?
I don't see why you're trying to get inside the house, Valerie. As far as I'm concerned, you don't have any business coming back here at all.
Excuse me? And just what is that supposed to mean? What did you do? Can't you just let me in?
No, I can't let you in. In fact, Rita and I have decided that we don't need you in our lives anymore. So the closest thing you're going to get to talk to us is through these texts. I really did hope that we would be able to work this out though. But it just became clear to me that no matter what I said to you, you just weren't going to learn or change. That's when I realized that we just weren't meant to be together at all. But I hope that this experience can at least lead you to reflect about your actions.
Is this supposed to be some kind of joke or something? I hope that for your sake it is, because you are not going to get away with kicking me out of my own home.
Well, I'm afraid that you're a little late to say all of that because we've already done it. We've changed the locks and everything. There is no way that you're getting in here. Unless, of course, you were to get on your hands and knees and beg for us to open the door for you. Then we might be able to think about letting you back in here.
I really do not have the time or energy to be putting up with this kind of nonsense. If you want to try getting away with something this stupid, then you can be my guest. But I'm not going to stand here like an idiot and take this from you.
That should be what I'm saying. After all, it's Rita and I who can't stand being around you at all. That's why we changed the locks in the first place. I've put up with you in my life for more than 17 years. You don't think I'm tired of standing around and taking your crap day in and day out? Why don't you just get a hint and get lost?
Okay then, fine. If this is really how you want to do things, then I'll go and never come back.
Finally, if I had known that it was going to be this easy to get rid of you, I would have done this a long time ago.
I still just can't believe that you're doing this to your own wife. How could you just kick me out of the house like this? I mean, I knew that you were stupid and reckless, but this is really just taking things to a whole different level. So then, what do you want to do if you're kicking me out? Does this mean that we're getting divorced? You said that we're no good for each other anymore, so is that what you want?
You still don't get it, do you? I've been putting up with you for almost 2 decades now. You have no idea how much I've been holding back and how nice I've been. You should be thanking me.
If you think that you've been patient with me, then I really don't think that you have any idea just how much I feel the same about you. But fine, if you're really not going to change your ways or apologize for this, then I don't really care what happens to you at all. But what about Rita? What does she have to say about all of this? What is she going to do with me gone?
You think she ever needed you to succeed in life? She's my daughter, and she doesn't even think of you as family. Don't you worry about her, because she isn't worrying about you.
I see. Well, I really would like to hear that from Rita herself. And she says the same thing as what you're telling me. Well then, I suppose that will be that. I'll remove myself from your lives. I think that you might have already heard about this from your dad, but we're going to be getting a divorce soon. And anyways, I was just hoping that you and I would be able to talk in person about exactly what this means. Not only that, but since your dad and I are going to be splitting up, I wanted to ask you what you wanted to do.
What are you talking about? What do you mean, what do I want to do? Do you really even have to ask something like that? I mean, we changed the lock so that you couldn't get in. Can you seriously not just do the math for yourself? In fact, you should know that I was the one who suggested that we make it so you couldn't get into the house to Dad.
Wait a second, Rita. Please tell me you're not being serious. Did you really suggest that? Why would you do something like this? I don't understand. What made you think this was a good idea?
I already told you all about how I feel about you, Mom. I told you that I was never going to become a woman like you, and that even just living with you is hard on me. Not only that, but Dad and I both agreed that you were just having a horrible effect on both of us. So we thought that the only way to get rid of that effect was to get rid of you.
I can't believe that my own daughter is talking about me in this way. I really just don't even know what to say. But fine, I guess that I should have seen this coming. And so I suppose that if this is the way that you really want to do things, then I'll stop talking to you too. But I'm only going to go through with this if it's something that you really want. I'll cut myself off from you and your dad and won't ever be there for you two again.
Finally, how many times have I already told you about how badly I wish that you would just get lost already? Why are you even wasting my time with this conversation? Just go away already.
Okay then, I'll do just that. But please don't come back to me later saying that I didn't warn you. Because like I said earlier, I am not going to lift a single finger to help you when things really start to get bad. And that means that it will just be you and your dad who have to deal with the consequences of this.
Hey, you answer the phone right this instant. I am serious. Where do you get off ignoring all my calls, huh?
I'm sorry, who is this? I'm afraid that you might have the wrong number.
Is this funny to you? Do you think I'm here to read whatever jokes you've thought up? This is serious and you need to start acting like it is. I really do not have time to be dealing with your nonsense right now. I don't even want to be having this conversation, and yet here I am.
I'm so sorry, Rita. It was just a little joke. After all, I told you that I would leave your lives if you really wanted me to, and you said that you did. So I just don't understand what you're doing texting me like this. And what could you possibly want to talk to me about? Even your dad has been blowing up my phone with calls and angry texts. Is everything not going well for the two of you?
You know that things aren't going well here. Why is there a bulldozer parked in front of the house? You're not planning on having the house torn down, are you? Because Dad said that he got a call from some construction crew this morning who said that that is exactly what they are here to do. You have got some explaining to do.
Well, you do know that that house does belong to me, don't you?
What are you talking about? What is that even supposed to mean?
I mean that it's my house and I own it, so I have the right to do whatever I want with that house. And since you don't own the house, you don't really have any right at all to be complaining about any of this.
How can you say that? We're your family. You're really just going to tear down the house and leave us with nowhere to live? What's the matter with you? You can't just do this without talking to us about it first. What is your deal?
You were the one who said that you didn't even think of me as family. And I'm telling you that it's my house and I can do what I want with it. Honestly, I think I spelled it out for you quite well in that earlier message, so I'm not quite sure what's not clicking for you. What part of the fact that I own the house don't you understand? Because once you get that, the how and why of the house being destroyed or sold or anything become pretty easy to understand. Are you sure that you're going to be okay in college when you can't even wrap your head around basic concepts like this?
You know that that's not what I'm understanding here. Besides, you think that I'm just going to fall for a lie like that? I know that Dad owns this house. That's why we're living here, and you're not.
I told you before that your dad was lying to you, didn't I? I know that you didn't believe what I was saying, but it really is the truth. In fact, your dad doesn't even have a job. He's completely broke, and I've been paying for all of us for a long, long time. But still, it really is so sad what your dad has managed to turn you into, while I've been working hard to take care of us all. He clearly fed you so many lies and brainwashed you so severely that you couldn't even acknowledge the reality around you. I tried to wake you up and tell you the truth, but I guess it took me going this far to make you finally realize.
What are you talking about? You're not making any sense at all. Do you really think that I'm going to buy all of that? I mean, you think I'll believe that Dad doesn't have a job? That's just not true. I know that Dad is working hard every single day to provide for us all. And I also know for a fact that you're the one who is nothing but a leech on this family. It's all your fault that we're always running out of money. You're the reason why we live on such a tight budget.
I was wondering when you were going to say something like that. Man, you really did buy everything that your dad told you, didn't you? But I guess maybe he told you so many lies that he started to believe them himself.
I still don't get what you're saying. Can you just stop talking in riddles and tell me what is going on here?
I've already explained it all, but if you need me to repeat myself, your dad is a bum and I've been paying for everything for all of us for years. But now that you've kicked me out of the house and said that you never want to see me again, I refuse to give you any more help.
But that can't be right. I mean, Dad came to me because he said that you were spending all our money. That's why he had to ask for some of the money that I was making for my job.
And you actually gave him your hard-earned money? You're an even bigger sap than I thought, Rita.
You're saying that Dad lied to me? No! This can't be right.
Let me take it all the way back for you. 15 years ago, I caught your dad having an affair behind my back. It was a woman from his office, and he was fired for it. You must have been only around 2 at the time. He promised to try and rebuild my trust in him by the time that you turned 18. But he didn't follow through at all. He stopped looking for a job soon after that. Instead, he started to dedicate himself to turning you against me. I guess he thought that I wouldn't be able to touch him if it meant it would hurt you too.
This can't be real. Please tell me this is all made up.
It really isn't. He's been out of a job for years and years now. But I guess you were giving him some spending money.
This can't be happening. You're lying. This house isn't yours, and Dad works hard for us.
Well, I would recommend asking him yourself. But you might want to start packing what you can and get out of the house. It is going down today, whether you like it or not. As for me, I've said just about all I have to say on the matter. And since you now know the truth, I'd appreciate it if you refrain from contacting me. You two have a nice life together. After that, true to my word, the house was demolished later that day. Rita cornered her father and he confessed to everything. Rita and her father were left without a home, and Rita without any money to go to college. Meanwhile, I moved into a nice condo in the city and have never heard another peep from either of them after I blocked them on everything. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, Michaela. I was wondering if we could talk about something for a few minutes. I'm getting kind of concerned about what's going on with you. So yesterday and today, it seems like you've been at home all day since I didn't see you leave the house. I'm just wondering what happened to you going to your job. I thought that you liked that job. You haven't actually decided to quit another job again, have you? It just seems like only yesterday that you got that job. Excuse me? You messaging me pretending that you're concerned, but you're really just asking about whether or not I still work? What the heck are you insinuating here, Lorraine? Well, I could be wrong, but I'm going off my observations of you in the last few days. Don't get me wrong, you have worked, but you've jumped around 5 companies already this year. Like, why are you doing something like that? Can't you settle down into one job at one company? I thought that you said that the conditions were better this time. What you're talking about right now is none of your business, Lorraine. It's nothing to do with you. Why does quitting my job have to do with you? I'm allowed to have my own freedom and do what I want in life, so why don't you just back off and leave me alone, you old hag? I don't want to hear this. I'm not trying to say anything in terms of how you should live your life. I'm just trying to show my concern. But I should have known that you've already quit your job. Michaela, you're soon going to be turning 28 years old, so maybe you should stop trying to quit all your jobs and actually continue on working somewhere. You've got to think about what you're doing very carefully, okay? Neither I nor our father will be by your side forever. We can't afford to help you for the rest of your life. Okay, I don't get what you're trying to do here. What are you doing? Pretending to be my mother? Are you kidding me? You're not my real mother. Your words are so tiresome to hear. I don't get why you would say something like that to me. I have been looking after you for the past 20 years. It makes me so worried at how you're treating people. I'm also curious about what you're going to do with your life. You can't just stay at home from now on, okay? You're capable of working, Michaela, okay? Oh my God, shut up. You're so annoying to deal with. You're seriously trying to pretend to be my mother, but you're really just an old and wrinkly stranger, okay? You're not my parent at all, and you never will be. I'm not going to do anything you say to me, and I want you to stop butting into my business. Stop interfering. There's no need for me to talk to someone like you. I don't need to rely on someone like you when I can do whatever I want with my life. But you impact what happens in our household. You live in this house, the house that I pay rent for. Don't you realize you're living off the money that I earn? You living like this in our house isn't going to last forever, Michaela. You're not a kid anymore. You're a full-grown adult that has responsibilities. Jeez, are you seriously trying to preach to me right now? This is such a stupid joke. You make me exhausted, Lorraine. You know, you're a terrible match for my father, and you shouldn't be around him anymore. It looks like my dad has already got a new partner hanging off his arm. You know that it would be just better for everyone if you just disappeared, okay? I'm sick and tired of you complaining to me about not having a job when I live here and can do whatever I like. Stop complaining about my decisions, Lorraine. Wait a minute, we need to rewind this conversation a bit. What was that first thing you said? What are you talking about? New partner? Are you kidding me? I'm not surprised that you haven't noticed what he's been doing because you're so self-absorbed. You're so stupid that you didn't notice what your own husband is up to. You know, I kind of feel sorry for you that you never suspected anything from him. I wouldn't want to become a person like you. Have you forgotten that you're being raised by people that you think that way about them, right? What is going on with your father? Because I don't know. You bringing it up doesn't help me. This is a matter between me and your father. It should be irrelevant to you, Michaela. Our relationship doesn't involve your snooping. Of course it's related to me because it concerns my dad. But if dad has made the decision to not be with you and be with somebody else, I have the ability to kick you out of the house. Are you being serious right now? You don't have any right to do that, okay? Do you think that you'll be able to kick me out of my own house? You really want to do that to me? Michaela, the facts remain around here is that you don't have a job and you're not taking any action to do anything. It's unbelievable that you're acting like this. How about you start facing reality for a moment and start striving for independence like the rest of the people that are your age, all right? Stop being like this, Michaela. Don't you understand what I've been trying to tell you this entire time? I'm telling you that what you're doing right now is very annoying, okay? This is why I hate old hags like you, Lorraine. Even though you've been taking care of me for over 20 years, the rent for this place is only $3,000 a month, so stop complaining. What the heck are you talking about right now, Michaela? Don't you know how difficult it is to find $3,000 every month from an income? Well, I know the approximate cost from Dad. He told me about it. I'm tired of you being condescending towards me. You're not worth my time, Lorraine. All I want you to do right now is just disappear and leave me and my dad alone. You're just a stupid old hag, and you're worth nothing to us. Wow, I can't believe you had the audacity to go and say something like that to me. You're going to regret what you say, Michaela. I thought we raised you better than this. I am so disappointed in how you're acting towards me right now. Anyways, the whole reason why I was messaging you is I recommend you find a new job quickly. What do you think you're trying to do here, Dominic? What is this whole $3,000 rent thing all about, huh? To be honest, I've reached my limit. I want answers and I want them now. I was talking to Michaela and she turned around and said something about you having a new partner? What the heck is going on here, Dominic? How is it that your own daughter is in the loop about knowing about the women you're having an affair with? Did you seriously talk to her about this and not me?
Well, I might have mentioned some things to her, yes. And what of it, Lorraine? Am I not allowed to talk to Michaela at all now or something?
Huh? What the heck are you talking about right now? Why must you act so defensive? Why are you beating around the bush about what you're doing?
Okay, I guess there's no need to hide what I wanted to hide anymore. I went to Michaela because she's obviously a grown-up after all. I'm getting sick and tired of your condescending attitude lately. It's been bothering me so much recently, and I've had enough of it. I'm tired of you, and I think it's time to move on, yeah?
Are you seriously dropping this bomb on me? You've been relying on each other for the past 20 years, and you just suddenly want to end it? Is this really how you want this to end? Why do you want this to happen? I am so lost and don't understand your words right now. Shouldn't you at least show some sincerity?
What sincerity are you even talking about? Although you were the one paying the rent and everything, I've been with you and you've been able to live with my family for 20 years. I don't get why you're sulking about all of this and what's happening. You should be grateful that I kept you around for so long. 20 years is a long time, and it's enough time.
I should be grateful? Are you kidding me? That's probably not the right words to say in this moment, Dominic. So you're seriously okay with this happening? Are you seriously planning to not discuss anything with me and just get rid of me altogether with your daughter now? Is this some sort of sick joke?
Oh, why must you make things more difficult for me, Lorraine? You've been like this forever, and I'm sick of this. I should have got rid of you sooner, so just get out of here now, please.
Wow, you're just going to kick me out of your life just like that? This is absolutely ridiculous. So, I guess it's okay if I stop paying the rent?
Do whatever you want to do now, Lorraine. I'm letting you off the leash. I guess you can try stopping paying for things, but that's all you're useful for.
Okay, I guess I understand. I suppose that's what I'll do. Just from hearing all this, I've totally fallen out of love with you, Dominic. Goodbye, you piece of crap. Wow, it's about time that this happened. I heard what my dad did to you. You finally decided to leave then, huh? You've been such a nuisance up until now. It really is about time that you just disappear and get out of our lives once and for all. I'm actually really happy that this has finally happened. It's about time Dad got rid of you, Lorraine. I don't remember causing any trouble for you and your father. I've always thought that I was taking good care of you, but in the end, this is what happened. I understand now that maybe a lot of this has been my fault. I'm sorry for that, but there's no need for you or your dad to treat me this way. It's not fair. It's too late to apologize now. You're just being annoying. I feel like you saying that you took good care of me is a bit of an exaggeration. You really think highly of yourself, don't you? You're just acting all high and mighty just because you've been paying rent for 20 years when it's really only just $3,000 a month. It's not that hard to do. Neither my father or I have had any issues with the rent, so why don't you just stop paying it and leave us alone like you've been told to do? If you really want me to do that, then I am more than happy to stop paying the rent. It'll mean I'll have money to spend on myself and focus on myself. Do you really think I care about you and what you do with that money? We really just want you out of our lives. You stopping is fine by us. Okay, well, I'll check one last time, but are you sure that you and your father want all of this to happen? You really don't want me around? I'm deciding to break up with your father. I guess I also have no choice but to also cut him off financially and emotionally, which is going to be super difficult. I've been taking care of you for over 20 years, Michaela. I didn't want to make you go through such a difficult time since parents breaking up is hard on a child at any age. I really thought that I was encouraging you to become independent. Is that not a good thing? What the heck is your deal, Lorraine? Why must you be so persistent all the time? I really don't need your so-called kind consideration. It's just pointless and tedious. It's a pain to have to deal with someone like you. I don't want you to ever get involved with me again. Don't show up to our place or in front of me ever again, you hear me? To be honest, I am tired of you treating me like your daughter when you aren't my mother. Okay, I get it. If you say so, I guess there's nothing more I can do here, Michaela. You're now almost 28 and should be able to live on your own. I really hope that things go well for you and your father. I hope you both continue to get along and that you do your best in life. That's all I wish for you, Michaela. Even though you're telling me all these things, I have always been close to Dad, and you've never been anything to me. Just get out of here. We're so sick of your presence. Okay, I'll do what you say now, Michaela. I'm sorry for annoying you so much. I just cared about you, that's all. I guess I'll go now and take care and good luck with everything. Okay, we need to talk right now, Lorraine. I just received some strange document and I haven't got a clue what it is. Is it fine to just leave it alone? I also got a phone call and someone called that I wasn't expecting. Then the landlord came by the house. They haven't ever been here before, so what's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? Why are you asking me that question when I don't have anything to do with you or your father anymore? What document are you talking about? What on earth? How do you not know when I bet you're the one behind it all? I know you've done something, all right? The landlord asked us to leave the premises. Like, I have to move out? Is that what I should be doing? I mean, bills have been piling up lately, so I don't get what's happened. What are you doing, Lorraine? Haven't you been paying them properly? I'm sorry, what did you just say to me? What the heck are you talking about? I left, remember? I told you that I'd be cutting you off financially because you said you'd be fine, correct? We're strangers now, remember? Why should I have to pay a stranger's rent or anything like that? It wouldn't make much sense. What do you want? Are you seriously kidding me right now? Is this some kind of a sick joke? What do you mean we're strangers and you're not going to pay for anything? Have you forgotten that you and your father kicked me out of the house even though I have done so much for you both? It's already been a month since I left. For me, it's over. You're both nothing but strangers to me now. Since that's what you both wanted, to never hear from me again, yes? That's what you both said. I paid the bills for so long and had to work really hard while you jumped from one job to another. I'm done doing that for both of you. So of course I'm not going to be helping you out anymore. Excuse me? What did you just say? Hang on a minute, all right? But I don't understand. Who is going to pay for the rent and the bills now? Are you seriously asking me that question, Michaela? How about you actually use your brain and think about it? Either you or your father should be parting out for rent and everything, yeah? You and your father are the ones that are living in that house, are you not? There's no need to ask me about that when I'm not living there anymore. Actually, now that I think about it some more, you were the ones that told me to stop paying for the expenses, so I did. So why are you saying something that doesn't make sense now? No, okay, yes, you're right that we did say that to you, but it was only so that we could get rid of you and we didn't think about the other bills that are involved. I thought you only paid the $3,000 for rent. When you talk about that $3,000 that went towards the rent, I think you weren't really listening to me and that caused some misunderstandings. Huh? What is that supposed to mean, Lorraine? What do you mean by misunderstanding? How is it that I could possibly misunderstand the amount you paid? Well, first of all, I don't know who said something so random about what I pay for. There's no way that a large house in New York City is $3,000 a month. This is one of the most expensive states in the entire country. Don't you know that? I've been paying way more for rent and other expenses involved with the house. So recently, I've changed the account of where the money came out of your father's account. As a result, the withdrawal couldn't be made and the landlord came, yeah? Look, I've already explained most of the situation to your father. It's on both of you if you don't understand the process. I wouldn't be surprised if you both get kicked out soon. Did you seriously say that we could get kicked out of our own house? Are you seriously kidding me right now? I had no idea that the rent wasn't $3,000. How much is it then? How about you go ahead and check it out for yourself? Go and ask your father. I'm sure he'll tell you the real price. For a 3-bedroom, it costs almost $7,000 a month. Surely you can't afford to pay the rent on the salary you earn, right, Michaela? Oh, wait, I forgot. You don't have a job. You definitely can't pay that amount. Oh, shut up, you evil old cow. You've set us up to fail. How dare you say something like that to me? You can't just say that kind of crap to me. I didn't know the rent was that much. But I honestly expected that Dad could pay for the rent since he's the parent in the situation. Up until now, it was Daddy who was providing for us. Huh? Really? It is so nasty when you call him Daddy because I know that's when you want something. You wanted to be spoiled. Nothing's changed with you, Michaela. It is such a shame that things have turned out this way for you. I thought that you would have grown up more kind and compassionate of other people, but I guess not. But I should have known that you were going to turn out like a spoiled brat because your father was the one who let you get away with everything. What the heck is wrong with you, Lorraine? How dare you say something like that towards me? I am not spoiled. What are you talking about? My father has been there for me, that's all. That is very much a lie, and you know it. He gave you anything you wanted, even when you didn't deserve it. You never learned from the lessons I tried to teach you. I'm telling you now that your father never had that kind of financial means. I was the one who was earning a good living, and that you were able to have what you did growing up. He can't even pay the rent. I've been the one who's been supporting us up until now. It was always me that was earning the money and working hard for this family. But you never learned from the money that your dad and I gave you. You only used that money for your own entertainment rather than save it like normal people. Huh? What the heck is that supposed to mean? I know how to save too. Look, Dad still works, yes. He must be if he was able to pay for my college tuition, as it was very expensive. I'm also planning to go back so that I can specialize in the field that I majored in. He's going to give me that money as well, right? He's already paid the admission fee, correct? Well, I don't know where you got the idea that your father has been paying for all of that. He's obviously lying to you because I'm the one that paid for your education. Whoa. Rewind that just for a second. Did you say what I think you said? It wasn't my dad that was paying for my schooling? That was you too? Why didn't you say anything? Well, you did mention that you wanted to go back to school to get more qualifications while also working as well. Didn't you know I was listening to you when you said that? I decided to submit an application to the school that you wanted to go to, and I forked out the money to pay for the fees as well. I wanted to support you in that as well. But then you thought it would be funny to go and waste all that money and work. Not only did you not study, you even quit your job. Good thing I made a proper IOU. Huh? An IOU? What are you talking about? I reckon you're lying about paying for all of that so you can get back at us for what we did to you. Isn't that right, Lorraine? The whole reason that you wanted to go to a school to specialize in something was because you didn't want to work in the first place. But you ruined that chance too. Now I know what kind of person you really are, Michaela. You waste people's effort and money into you. How could you do that to someone, huh? I have tried to look after you for 20 years, and I knew that deep down you didn't care for me, which is sad. Between a mother and a daughter, it shouldn't be that way. Don't you remember that I was going to get my money back when I sent you to college, Michaela? That money was a loan, it wasn't something to keep, okay? Come to think of it, you might have said something along those lines. But I didn't think that things were going to happen, so I shouldn't have to. It's not fair. Well, at that time, you said you could pay it back if you started working right away and that you'd have no problem getting it back to me, my dear. But in the end, you've been jumping from one company to another, not really doing much, and just quit when it got too hard. You have barely worked, Michaela. You didn't pay me back, and all of a sudden, you just started hating on me, even though I have done a lot for you. It hurts so much to hear so many horrible things from you. You have made so many derogatory remarks and ended up telling me about your cheating scumbag of a father. I felt so humiliated by both of you. You kicked me out of the house, yes? You remember that both of you didn't want me there, right? So what's your point in whining to me now, huh? Are you expecting me to pay for your expenses and the rent? Are you kidding me? What a terrible joke. If anything, I'm the one who should be getting money back. Wherever you live, you need to take responsibility for where you live and the lifestyle you lead. And if you and your father can't do that, then you should leave the house. There's no way that I would help either of you out now, since I was shoved out of this family like some kind of good-for-nothing street rat. Pay for things yourself, Michaela. Are you seriously saying these things right now? Why are you so angry about this for? I didn't have a clue what you were doing for my dad and I didn't know about how much the tuition fees were, so it's not my fault that I haven't paid it off. Even though you're telling me to pay up now, it would be impossible to do. Okay, how would it be impossible, Michaela, when you are more than capable of earning a good living while also paying me back what is owed to me? It's your fault, so it's your responsibility to take on these challenges. It actually might teach you a lesson. You can learn to budget and take action on things yourself. What you and your father are dealing with has got nothing to do with me anymore. What you deal with is none of my business at all, and I don't want it to be my business. All I want you to do is be a good citizen and give me back the money I paid for your tuition. You dropped out, so I think it's only fair that you give it back to me, Michaela. Now that you understand that, I think it's about time that you stop moaning and groaning about your situation and get out into the world and find a job you can do. You obviously had no intention of continuing on your education. You were pulling on my leg, weren't you? You like to waste people's money and time, don't you? That's not even remotely true. How dare you say something like that about me? I'll do my best. I just don't know what I'm doing with my life yet. What's the problem with that? Besides, I was actually planning to go back to school. I was planning on studying when the academic year started. Can't you just give me the benefit of the doubt? I see what you're trying to say. Then you really should start looking for a job for yourself so that you can do that. Why don't you go back to school when you can afford it yourself? Because you don't need your ex-stepmother, who is just a stranger to you, paying for your college tuition, okay? I am basically saying there is no way I am forking out money for you anymore. Just wait a minute, okay, Lorraine? I just need you to clarify things for me because this whole situation is really confusing to me. You're actually not going to help me even though I've known you for 20 years? You're not going to help out the only child that you've raised? You're just going to not help us out anymore? It was truly you who paid the rent, yes? It wasn't Dad at all? Why would you do this to us? Is this all because we kicked you out? It's not like I truly meant what I said to you, okay? I wasn't being serious. Please, just help us pay for things again, okay? Are you actually asking me these questions? What are you going to achieve by asking this of me, Michaela? You really have a lot to learn about how others should be treated. Even if you continue to ask me and beg for more money to keep you afloat, I'm not going to give a single cent to you, Michaela. I don't believe there's any point to this anymore. Ask your dad, and I'm sure that you both trust each other enough that all the truth will come out eventually. Look, I'm so done with you treating me like the bank, Michaela. I'm not dealing with your antics anymore. I'm not blind to your fake kindness anymore. I don't want to hear from you, so please don't contact me anymore. Also, I've changed all my bank accounts, so all the mail for that is changed to another address. So now I've got no association with that home address anymore. Stop. That's enough of that kind of talk. This isn't fair. How could you do something like this to me? The only kid you've ever had? You are no daughter of mine. You're the spitting image and personality of your father, and I'm sure you'll both end up in the same position now. Spoiled and in debt. Okay, that's enough. How dare you say something like that about me and Dad? I thought you actually cared about us. I was stupid to rely on someone like you. I'm going to ask Dad for all the information so that I actually know whether or not what you've been saying is true or not. I want to be sure about it all. Okay, feel free to do that, but I'm sure there'll be a bunch of lies. I don't want you coming back at me, shouting and all that sort of crap. I'm done with all of this. I was your stepmother for a long time, but you and your father have been so difficult to deal with since you've become an adult. I am exhausted and want to move on with my life. You stupid old hag, you're just abandoning us when times are tough. How dare you do something like that? Are you seriously wanting us to be kicked to the streets of New York City? Don't you realize how dangerous it would be for us on the streets? How can you not help someone in need of money? You're such a selfish old cow that doesn't deserve anything nice in life. Don't you dare talk to me like that. You and your father started it by treating me like crap. Him cheating on me, you being a little cow towards me, and using me as your bank account. If you even think about approaching me ever again, I'll tell the authorities and I'll get a restraining order against you and your father. I shouldn't have to deal with this abuse. You're not getting any of your filthy hands on my money anymore. I am not your bank. I am a human being. Leave me alone to live my life. I am blocking you now, and you are both total strangers to me. Lorraine was initially worried about Michaela, as she always thought that she was so cute as a child, but also had a very selfish side to her. She thought that it was better to stay away from both Michaela and Dominic, especially after he had cheated on her. She knew she was better off far away, as she didn't want to get involved with their lives and cut off contact from Michaela and her father. Apparently, her ex-husband disappeared after that whole conversation with his daughter went down. He was drowning in debt that he couldn't get out of, no matter what he tried to do. It seems that Michaela is somehow managing to live on her own without her father. If nothing like that had happened in the end, maybe she would have had a better future. She could have done anything in her future, but it might not be that way. What's important is that when a person does wrong, they try to make up for their mistakes and improve their life. Lorraine's still supporting her from the bottom of her heart. She enjoys living her own life and wants to do so many more fun things in the future. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.